Welcome back to Bourbon Battles. I'm Joe.
I'm Chad.
Hey guys, hopefully you've been following along.
Is that with a long O?
Long O. Hopefully you've been following along. You've been watching our recent video releases. We did one on Journeyman Distillery out of Michigan. Hopefully you saw that Maker's Mark 46 against Pappy Van Winkle Lot B. That was a good one. We're not going to tell you who won. You got to go back and see that blind battle. We linked the video in this, but I don't really know how to do any of that. I'm sure it's really simple. But so what are we going to do today? What do we got going on? You want to tell them what we got going on?
Well, we're going to last minute whiskey gift for that special someone in your life. If you're looking and don't have any ideas, this might be a place to start.
So I would, if I was somebody in here, I'd maybe forward this video to your spouse.
Yeah, if you would like a good bottle, maybe, yeah, and your spouse doesn't know what to get you.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So let's be real clear about something here. Some of this stuff is local to us in Indiana. Some of it is hard to get. But I don't think there's anywhere you might live that you can't get something that's here.
I would think not. And some of it's more available elsewhere.
Yeah. And some of it's the idea more than it is the actual spirit, which we'll get into. So if you watch us, we don't talk about price.
We might today a little.
Except for on the Christmas special.
You don't have your ho-ho-ho hat on.
I couldn't find it. We'll put some Christmas
I don't have my
carols.
reindeer antlers on either. So
Do you have some?
Yeah.
Can we stop this video and have you go home and get them?
No.
So we'll tell you what we're drinking out of this selection there towards the end. So you want to get into it, bud?
I was told this. Yeah.
You were told what?
This is cowboy juice.
He's a cowboy, baby. So Chad and I basically went through a lot of stuff, and you could make this list 800 bottles long. We decided to do 10, which absolutely became like 18 pretty fast.
Pretty quick.
So, but a lot of it, like I said, is the idea behind what we're talking about. So let's get into it. First thing we'll talk about, we'll just go back and forth.
Yeah, that's fine. We ought to preface with the fact that there are other things probably that I would choose over the stuff that we've got, but I was trying to think of availability and reasonable pricing and proofs. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, in my opinion. So.
We'll go through a bunch of different pricing, because sometimes you want a $20 gift, sometimes you want a $200 gift, depending on who you're buying for.
Right.
If you're buying for me, go shoot for the stars. The first thing we want to talk about is Maker's Mark private selections. And this kind of clicks a couple different boxes. This is basically their limited edition end-of-year release. It comes out at Christmas every time. 2021, 2020, and 2019 distillery releases, and they box this up in this real nice box for about $70 at Costco is where I found it. Have you seen? I know there's at least one liquor store I've seen it for.
I have seen it in one Central Indiana liquor store.
I guess we're talking about the same one.
Real close to here.
Yeah. So this, if you're a Maker's Mark fan, let's get this out of the way here. If you're a Maker's Mark fan, 375s of different private selects, that's about as good as it gets in my book. That is a fantastic gift.
People like Maker's Mark. I love it.
I love it too.
Right.
And you can easily substitute this with any Maker's Mark private select or wood finishing series.
There are a lot of, and even the 46 cast strength would be right up there too. I mean, I think bang for buck, it's close to the very tip top of the pinnacle.
Good.
It costs a little more than some things, but man, it's good.
It's fantastic.
They're all good. I mean, very rarely do I ever taste one I'm like, this is no good.
You have more than two?
I do.
So
I would say I have a pretty fair guess, yeah.
So that great gift, and that kind of ties along with these gift sets. You go to Meijer, Target, wherever you live, Walmart, I don't know, any liquor store, and get like a bottle of Maker's Mark or a Jack Daniels or a Jim Beam with a glass in it or some bitters. Or
the Maker's Mark is good for anybody, but the private selections are good for anybody. But I would say that the Maker's Mark private selection is exceptionally good for somebody who's gotten into whiskey a little bit, but just isn't chaotic with it at this point.
And the private selects are around $70.
Yeah.
Not hard to find. And I've seen them for less than that.
Right.
So moving on, you want to do the next one?
Mm-hmm.
I guess it doesn't really matter. Not in any particular order.
Do store picks.
Store picks. What a great gift.
So the thing about store picks, guys, once the pick is gone, once the barrels are gone, the store pick doesn't exist anymore. And there are a lot of liquor stores close to us. There's a couple from Red Barrel up here. That's in Mooresville. And then this is from West Clay Spirits, which they've got a couple different locations. They've got one up north, and they've got one here in Johnson County. But Red Barrel Liquors has a tremendous selection. The Rule Inn has a tremendous selection. Superior Liquors has a tremendous selection. I mean, there's a lot of stores around that have great single barrel selections. And like I said, a lot of times a store pick is going to be better than just an off the shelf pick, because if you trust the person who's picking it and you kind of agree with their taste, it's going to be different than obviously what a master distiller, a master taster chooses. So
yeah, these two happen to be local distilleries to Indiana. Local stuff's always great. We didn't pick them for that. Knob Creek. There's a million different things. The Wilderness Trails are great. There's a lot of store picks in here. And you can slot any of those in, right?
Yeah.
A Woodford store pick, they're pretty easy to find this time of year, I think.
The thing about it, like I said, the thing about it is once it's gone, it's gone. So if you get a store pick and you really like it, you should go back and try to get another one, because they're not gonna be around for very long.
And once you start to get into whiskey, you'll start to notice, I've got a couple different old 55s, all from Red Barrel. They're different.
Mm-hmm.
You can taste a difference in them. If you're not as experienced, probably not. One,
depends what kind of toothpaste you got.
If you don't brush your teeth,
that'd make a difference too.
Yeah. So, if you're getting into whiskey, you might not want to get a couple different store picks from the same place, and just, I would think to have these three is better than to have three of any of these from different places. If you're new into it, so you can figure out what you like.
Yeah.
A lot of different mash bills, a lot of different ways to make it. This is a finished whiskey in cherry brandy casks.
I think it's exceptional. But
this is a traditional bourbon, the Old 55, that's got a fantastic, unique flavor to it. I've talked to Jason, the master distiller out there, and he says that just because they, put a little extra love into it. And then, of course, the Knob Creeks are all over the place. I mean, between the two of us, we've got dozens, right?
Yeah.
Different ones, and they're all different.
Yeah.
There's one up there that's horrible. So it happens.
That's fact.
You got one too.
Mm-hmm.
So store picks, great gifts. High likelihood that they may not have it.
Yeah, it's a high likelihood they might not have it. It'll be a unique gift, and like I said, there's only 200, and once they're gone, they are gone.
So as we get to what we have in our glasses, we'll talk about it. I'm drinking the Old 55. This is a Red Barrel pick. This is still on the shelf there. They still have some of this.
It's good.
So, good stuff. Very unique. Moving on. We kind of went back and forth about this. This is a great gift.
It's horsies.
It's got a horse on it, and you can get a whole bunch of them play checkers. So this is one of the most coveted bottles there is, right?
I would say it is the most coveted bottle.
So if you are so lucky to be able to find one of these, I wouldn't pay a great deal over retail, but for a gift, you got to pay a $20 bill more than what they're supposed to cost. What's retail on these? $69, $70?
I think it's high, but that's what apparently it is.
Yeah, it's going up some. So, great gift. And then as you get to collect it, maybe you get one of these too, and they can face off. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Now you know. So great gift idea. Look, if you've been watching us for a while, we like to show things that are better than this. We like to do that because this is nearly impossible to find.
To find it on the shelf at retail, you just have
When's the last time you saw one like that?
It's been probably 18, 20 months ago. I mean, it's been almost 2 years.
Every great once in a while,
since right before COVID started.
Yeah, every great once in a while, a liquor store owner will offer me one of these at retail just because they know me.
Right. That's pretty much. I think in today's world, that's pretty much what you're going to have to be. You're going to have to know the owners. Yeah, you're going to have to know the owners, and you're going to have to have a relationship with them. But starts with visiting the store and being nice.
Drum it up. pretty easy to find for $100 bill in the secondary market.
Let's do one of these. Anything in a box.
Yeah, so boxes are cool. People like having the box for their cabinets, right?
And because it's easy to wrap.
It's easy to wrap. I think I can speak for Chad. We both love this stuff. Pretty much
Most
all
of them. Most of them.
I've got one that I care for the least, and great. I mean, what a great presentation. These are $100 bill, about give or take $10. 90 to 110, you're good no matter how you go. 3 releases a year.
4
releases a year. So, good chance that somebody doesn't have the one you're looking at. It's been going on for a long time. There's a lot of these. If you can find older ones, they're really cool.
There's a lot of shenanigans going on in Central Indiana, too, with the distribution of it. So it's going to be a lot harder to find than it ever was. And that's because I've got reasons, I think. But we'll just talk about it some other time. But
good stuff. This is just as maybe even harder to find, right?
It is. Well, it's a once-a-year release, too.
Made by
Heaven Hill, presumably, but
coming out of Luxco. Blood Oath. It's all right. It's all right.
I didn't like it. I didn't like this one, at least. I mean,
yeah, I haven't had a whole lot of them. Let's see. What's this one finished in? Can you read any of that? They're finished, right? I just wanted to see if it was finished. It is.
But it comes in a nice presentation box. I mean, you've got your Angel's Envy cast strength that comes in that. I mean, you've got
even the new Maker's Mark 46. You can get them in a box.
I mean, you can get it if you were lucky enough to find some E.H. Taylor, you can get it in a tube. I mean, there's
and you can put socks in it.
And almost anybody's going to be happy with any of this stuff that we've got on our list, just because of the fact that most of them are highly coveted, and others, I mean, some of them are just great values.
Moving right along to one of my favorite whiskeys right now. We can argue till the day is long if it's Tennessee whiskey or bourbon. I don't care.
Who's it made?
Made in Tennessee.
It's Tennessee whiskey.
Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. This particular one comes in at 126 proof. That's one of the lower proof ones I have. They're all right around the 130 mark.
I would say that if you're going to get this for a significant other or a friend or something, make sure that they drink whiskey, because if they don't and they start drinking that, they're not going to like it.
You can, if that's a little high proof for somebody new, maybe you look at the regular single barrel that's coming in at 94 proof. It's delicious too. I much prefer this, but great whiskeys. Pretty not too bad to find, getting harder to find all the time. Most likely you'll find this in a 375 pint, no problem.
But here's the thing I will say about that. For the proof of it and the age of it, it is extremely affordable. It's the most affordable.
$70?
Not even.
$60?
58, yeah, something 55, 58, yeah.
I cannot think of any other good quality cast strength whiskey. I mean, Maker's Mark is in there.
If you can find, and you can still find Maker's Mark for $59 if you look hard enough.
Hey, if you don't know about this, go get one now. You're up, kid.
Let's do this one. Yeah. Just because this one is, why not? Hey. Elijah Craig, small batch. Comes from Heaven Hill, and it's
8-year-old solid whiskey.
Yeah, it's
as good as it gets.
It's zero burn. I mean, you can drink it like iced tea.
94 proof, I believe. Yeah, looking
good for a mixer. Good for a neat pour. Good for a pour over rocks.
Everybody has it.
You can buy it at any convenience store in the country that sells liquor.
Usually for Christmas, you can get it with an old fashioned syrup mix.
Yeah,
cups.
That's a good point. If you know somebody, like I said, who's into whiskey, or you're looking to buy a gift for somebody who's into whiskey and they want to, they would like to be able to make an old fashioned, or they'd like to be able to make a Manhattan, or they'd like to be able to make something that requires bitters, then the gift boxes at all the big grocery outlets and the big liquor stores and everything, they're out, and they're all so good. It kind of goes in a box, kind of in the box kind of thing, But what are you looking for, bud?
I found it. I'm getting a little confused. Good stuff.
It's after 4 o'clock. I can understand.
What's this stuff cost usually?
It's
$20,
25, 20, something like that. Yeah.
cheap, good gift. You could do like Evan Williams bottled and bond if you want a $15 gift.
But the thing about it, you can pour that for anybody, and they should be satisfied with it. I mean, there's nothing off-putting about it. There's nothing fantastic about it, but there's nothing off-putting about it.
It's great, and then you can even take a step further and go with a toasted or a barrel proof or a store pick.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit with that stuff, and they're all delicious. So moving right along, we're getting a little long in the tooth here. Distillery only releases. Maybe you live close to Kentucky and get some good stuff, but maybe not. Maybe you live wherever you live.
You live in Westfield.
Old Hamer. Everybody's got distilleries, and go to the distilleries. They usually have something unique there.
A lot of them have stuff you can only get at the distillery.
This happens to be Evan Williams, age 12 years old. This is going up considerably in price. This is around $150 now. Screw off lid, Evan Williams. This is the one that did it for me, got me rolling with good whiskey. Fantastic bottle, worth the price, great to have. You'll have a hard time finding a better whiskey, period, in my opinion. There's stuff I like better, but there ain't much that I like.
It's 101 proof, I think, isn't it?
I believe you're exactly correct, yes. Is that Mike? See if he's getting us a Christmas present.
Right.
So, right along with that, this is a distillery only release from Yellowstone, Limestone Branch down there. Our next episode will likely be on Limestone Branch and some of their offerings. Family recipe. What's so cool about this is you don't get this, I don't think, right? But this tastes so as much peach as that Hugh Hamer peach flavored to me.
I did not get that.
There's this just won whiskey of the year with somebody. I just read an article today. So really cool place, distillery only. That's worth going to. It might be one of the smallest ones I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's a nice distillery though. They're all nice. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy that. There's everybody. You get something at every distillery, right? So don't shy off from the distilleries. You want something to put up here, bud?
I got some right here. This is what I am drinking currently. Old Granddad 114. A lot of people shake their head and say, why would you ever? But it's Basil Hayden's. It's not been proofed down, and it's probably not quite as old, but man, for the price, I mean, it's $20, $23, $24, $25, 114 proof. I mean, it's at least 4 years old, if not older. So
every year there's some rumors going around that they're going to quit making it. So it gets a little scarce from time to time. I think it's out and about now, fairly.
Yeah, for the most part. It come spring, it'll disappear again. But man, if you can find a bottle of this, you should buy it because, like I said, it's cheap and it's very good. It's a high rye mash bill. So if you know something about the person you're buying it for, if they're more of a fan of the rye stuff than the wheated stuff, this would be
a good gift. So like, let's say your grandpa or your dad or whoever likes to sit around with some regular old Jim Beam, right? And have a drink of Jim Beam. This would be a great whiskey for them as a gift.
Or somebody who likes Basil Hayden. Yeah. I mean, it's better. It's Basil Hayden with higher proof, and it just drinks better.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. That's one of my go-tos at a bar.
I mean, as far as bang for the buck, this right here probably takes. I know that I say good things about the Maker's Mark too, but for what this cost, I mean, it compares right there with the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond, in my opinion.
If they don't distribute this, we're going to talk about finding something that's local to you, right?
Yeah.
Local distillery. It doesn't mean you go to the distillery for it. These are on the shelves, distributed. And this does have national distribution. I mean, I know it doesn't go to Michigan, but it goes to a lot of places. So, for our local thing, we picked the Hard Truth Sweet Mash Rye. There's all kinds of stuff. We could have picked the old 55 just as easy. We could have picked some of the Hugh Hamer finishes, like we did the store pick. But this is something that is made right down the road from us.
Yes, it is, supposedly.
I mean, that's about as good as it gets for $70.
I'm not gonna lie. When I tasted it the first time, I was like, "There's no way. It's good." I mean, it is a pure.
You were hesitant to
put it on your pancakes. It's that good.
It'd be good with cutting the grass, but no hot.
Oh, it wasn't either.
Glass of
no, it
ice.
wasn't either.
So twofold, right? Go find something local for a gift. You know, ask your local clerk at the liquor store what's local. They'll tell you. But if they have this is a category on its own. Get this.
If you go to a liquor store, you should be able to talk to the people in the liquor store, and they should be able to tell you every local bottle of whiskey they've got, or pretty close.
Distilleries are everywhere now, right? Everybody's got local stuff. I mean,
we
did that video not too long ago where a Patreon member had sent us some stuff out of Kansas, right, from that local place that we drank against Midwinter Night's Dram. And real quick here, while we just came up, so let's talk about it. You know, one of the best things that you could give the whiskey lover in your life, because look, I'm hard to buy whiskey for. Are you hard to buy whiskey for?
No.
Well, would it be hard for somebody to go buy you something you don't have?
Probably.
Yeah. So that makes you hard to buy for, I think. So if you want to get somebody something really unique, go to www.patreon.com/bourbon battles and buy them a subscription to our Patreon page.
They definitely get some unique things there.
Look, it's $5 a month. That's $60 a year. See how fast I did that math in my head?
Mm-hmm.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Unique stuff, unique reviews, more candid reviews, and giveaways. Like, is that your phone again?
That wasn't my phone.
Whose phone was it?
I don't know.
Mine's up there.
Can't answer that.
It's Mike. So check that out. That'd make a great gift. I don't know. We'll see. You ready to get on with the next one?
Yep.
Here's one that hasn't been done. And we want to do this one first and save that one for last. I don't care.
That's fine. Let's just get them up there and get them done.
Yep. So we won't harp on this very long. A nice rum or tequila for sipping. These are both from Total Wine. This is their Spirits Direct stuff. This is great tequila, great rum. I know enough about this stuff to know that some stuff tastes good and some stuff doesn't. These taste good.
You don't give tasting notes?
Don't give what?
Tasting notes?
No, it's stupid. It tastes like tequila. It tastes like rum. It tastes like the beach.
You know, the thing about it is, too, with rum, one thing that I will say is a person that is maybe turned off by whiskey can drink rum a lot easier because it's a lot sweeter. And I think that's why I think rum's going to be the next big push myself. But
this is the first time we've talked about a spirit other than whiskey on this channel, but we both enjoy both of these.
Yeah.
From time to time. Not very often, but I like to drink a little neat drink of tequila or rum every once in a while. I don't have a lot of it, but the stuff that I have, I really do like. Kind of the cool thing about it is it's pretty inexpensive compared to whiskey right now. You can get a good product for not a lot of money.
Right.
So check those out. You know, just go to your liquor store, ask for suggestions. We're not about to suggest. I just grabbed a couple things there.
Last one?
I think that's the last one, bud.
This is a big money buy. Not really, but it's kind of expensive. It's Angels Envy Rye. And if the person you're buying for, if you're buying for yourself, the Angels Envy Rye is it's unique. It doesn't really have much of a whiskey flavor to it, actually. It's more like a butterscotch bomb. And I know that we don't talk about tasting notes, but when it's that pronounced, you can't really argue it. And it is expensive, $90, $99, $80. It all depends. It varies from $70 to $100. But I mean, if you can find it and you're interested and you think somebody might like it, I think it would be good. And it'd be good in Old Fashioned, it'd be good in Manhattan. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could drink it. It's good in the wintertime. I'm more of a rye guy in the wintertime, but you know.
Are you fly for a rye guy? No. Don't sleep on this stuff. It's a great bottle. You know, one thing we didn't talk about, and we can do it real quick, is what if a guy or a gal wanted to buy something and say, something I can go find, I want to spend up to $200. Do you have any suggestions? We don't have to necessarily have a bottle of it.
Well, not that you can easily find, because anything that you can easily find.
You can easily find both of those?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, I don't know as far as being able to easily find something, but you should be able to get a good bottle for $50 or less. You should be able to get a really good bottle for $50
My takeaway is there are very, very, very few bourbons that you need to spend that kind of money on. Buy multiple bottles.
Correct.
So, what else you got, bud?
I don't have anything. Guys, enjoy your Christmas.
Have a great Christmas. Do it responsibly. Don't drink and drive.
If you live around us, you live in the Midwest, good luck.
What's that? Driving?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about ready to get snowy here.
And cold.
Yeah. So, hey, till next time, don't drink and drive. What do you think you got to do?
Don't drive to the watermelon crawl.